woman told the doctor she was going to die soon because a cat was just lying on top of her, and this cat is called the death cat. Whoever is on top of her will die. And sure enough, the next second, the woman fell to the ground and was convulsing, but House was calm. He didn't take too long to call the director because he thought the woman was faking, but the dean found that the woman was incontinent and the urine was green. That's when House got interested. You can't fake green urine. House asked his assistant to check the woman's home and office, see if there were any clues, and Hauser was right. The assistant found a bottle of pills in the woman's home. The woman was a nurse in a nursing home. She knew exactly how to use the medicine. It seems she was faking her illness, but why would she do that? House decides to expose the woman. He dims the lights and puts out a flash. That would trigger the seizure. The woman was cooperative. Immediately, she started convulsing all over, but House grabs her hand and immediately reveals herself. She was faking it. The woman asks Hauser to forgive her, that she wasn't being unreasonable because a cat had predicted her imminent death. She had to come to House, the doctor, for help. Hauser was angry. A cat can predict a person's life and death? You must be out of your mind. Are you a doctor addict? Then can you make up a better reason? And then he turned and left. But the woman was very persistent. The next day she brought the prophecy cat. She said the cat was adopted by a nursing home. It had predicted the death of a dozen people. It was very accurate. And the day before yesterday, the cat was lying next to the woman. That's why she came to the hospital pretending to be sick, asking House for help. But House didn't believe the woman. So the woman took out another videotape, saying that the contents of the tape can prove that she is not lying. As she was talking, the woman suddenly collapsed to the ground with no energy. John's assistant rushed over to her. After listening with a stethoscope, he called House. He said this time it was true. Bronchial spasm. It's impossible to fake. Now House is a little more convinced. He started checking the video of the dead cat. The woman was right. A dozen people had died. The cat's prophecy had killed them all. So House decided to look for answers from the cat. He held the cat and discussed it with his assistants. Some said that maybe the cat could smell internal organ failure. Others said maybe the cat had a parasite in it that had infected the patient. And House took the cat to the intensive care unit. It was full of critically ill patients. He decided to try it out for himself. This cat can predict death, whoever it lies on. Soon that person would be in heaven. But Dr. House didn't believe it. He decided to try it for himself. He pushed a resuscitation cart to the intensive care unit. He opened the drawer and released the death cat to start the test. He placed the cat on the first bed. The cat didn't get down. Then he put it on the second bed. The cat still didn't get down. But a rash appeared on the patient's arm. Upon checking the case, the patient had a severe allergy to cats. House rushed to give the patient allergy medicine. What a steal! And at that very moment, the deadly cat was lying on bed number 3. Not moving. It was up to the selected tumor patient would survive the night. Meanwhile, the woman whose death had been predicted by the death cat found her urine had changed from green to brown. The assistant John suggested that the woman's green urine has not been completely excreted from her body. So what color plus green will become brown? The answer is purple. And colon cancer can cause streptococcal infection, triggering the urine to change color. House asked his assistant to give the woman a colonoscopy, but the test showed no tumor. In the middle of the night, House was asleep when he got a call from the hospital. The woman's back was showing spider veins again. The assistant thought the woman would not live to see another day because the tumor patient number 3 had gone to heaven an hour earlier. This means the death cat's prophecy was indeed accurate. Hauser rushed back to the hospital while looking up information, while playing back the video of the death cat to find the answer. That's when Death Cat walks into House's office. He jumps on the desk and lays down on House's computer. House is confused. Is this cat going to send me away next? No. He touches the computer keyboard and it's hot. House suddenly thought of something. He grabbed the remote control and zoomed in on the video. And sure enough, he found the answer. The death cat doesn't predict death. It just wants to find a warm place to sleep. And people who are about to die are usually warm. If it's an old man who's losing weight, the caregiver will lay an electric blanket on his bed. And when the death cat came to the woman a few days ago, the woman happened to be running a fever. But when the woman was examined by colonoscopy, no inflammation or tumor was found. That means the inflammation was in a place that the colonoscopy couldn't reach. It turned out that the inflammation of the woman's appendix. It was the inflammation of the woman's appendix that caused this series of illnesses. The truth was revealed.